everybody, and welcome to another episode of Charismatic Mystery. Tonight we're playing the module Curse's Rod, but it's been changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and the setting of Frostmark TTRPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. But with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Lady Lyria, our half of a Magus, played by Jules. Hello, welcome.
I guess that's another parent to cross off the list.
Matricide, woo! Amartia, our shushing warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Please. I may be a hag, but I'm not a witch. I think.
Bad bitch.
I think you're magical.
Nice. Next of the Vistani, our tiefling bard, played by Adriano. Hello, welcome.
Hello, this is getting to be quite a routine.
Oh yeah. Jivka, certainly not least, our undead paladin, played by Vivu. Hello, welcome.
Do you do this often?
Do you come often to Matricide?
First time.
First time. What happened last time, gang? Who want to take it away?
I think it's a cookie summary. Well, I mean, I can do it, but I haven't read it yet.
I can do it.
Okay, cool.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Certified cookie,
I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
blackjack, and vengeance.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it.
It's a bit closer to your mic.
Yes. Do you want it serious or how serious you?
I just want bona fide cookie in whatever
Okay.
form
Okay.
that
I
might
was
be.
Reading it, it's not that serious.
I'll be so serious right now. Okay, here we go. Serious time. In the immediate aftermath of the extremely frustrating battle to the death between you and the squalls and the bunch of fucking little bullshit crowd-controlling pieces of shit.
Okay.
The path of healing begins with curve storming the ever-living shit out of their hands.
Curb.
And the body's like the face. Yeah, that was fun. That was so fun. Isn't it beautiful? The Dark Age said. Next, Jivkov climbs up to the balcony to investigate what happened to the orphan girl that Morgantha personally threatened.
Oh.
And he finds out that she did from all the various area effect spells that were flinging around. So apparently, kids are not immune to explosions, sound waves, spikes, lasers,
Overall
fire,
damage.
brain.
Why would they be?
Battle of the Bands.
Oh, and then we had some really nice time magic that happened, and it's redacted, so I will not mention it. And remembering the fantasy inventory, Hamadia swiftly throws Nyx the potion of instant long rest, and Nyx raises the girl from the dead, like the professional adventuring party that we truly are. What becomes clear despite the type shenanigans is that Jivkos clearly cares about the orphans. Good job for Jivkos. We'll give him the good guy medal. Good bull medal. Yeah. Just like Nyx when... What the fuck is her name?
Bujana.
Bujana?
Yes.
Bojana?
Yes.
Bojana.
Bujana.
Bojana wakes and gets scared out of the big undead Minotaur, but unlike Nyx, starts freaking out. Big moo. Not my words. Hamadia wakes up a story about how Jivkos is like a knight or something. And Bojana, fucking name, comes down and then immediately demands food because that's what children do. Hamadia and Bojana head into the kitchen as Nyx interrogates Jivkos about his moral standings and strongly advises him to take a bath. Which I don't think it will help. I just think it will contaminate the bath, but you know. I don't know how people like how much is sanitization is a thing in Barovia. Anyway, Nyx discovers a strong moral character within the rotting exterior, and learns that Jivkos has more knowledge about the past than he does of the present. In the meantime, Hamadia breaks the news to the dinner-making orphans. It is a mixed message. The orphans are clearly worried about their future when yet another establishment meant to take care of them goes to shit. Especially so for the children who were made orphans in the recent Valaki rebellion. Yeah, that was a thing. We rebelled, or the Valaki rebelled, and a bunch of people died, and Nyx got mad, and he killed someone. I think.
What? I guess.
I saw it on the stream before I joined, and
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
okay.
yeah,
I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yet they are relieved about how Marc is more relaxed side of managing them. Apparently, not tying people to rooms that will hurt them if they break a glass or something is a more of a valid form of parenting. Apparently,
The only rule so far: don't kill each other.
yeah.
Maybe.
The orphans that were promised apprenticeships in the castle seemed disappointed. The rest of the orphans learned that Milivoy was here and ran away. After the orphans accept Jeff Costa's presence, he offers to heal some of the feverish babies, and Fanya helps to point out the two worse off ones. Fanya inquires a bit about his condition. Jeff is surprised by Fanya's bravery and compassion. Nyx comes into question. He questions Marcia's priorities, reminding her about the bigger question. We realize that Devonia is still not dealt with, and Morgan's study is yet to be explored. We identify magical items, where the staff is the only one claimed for now. Entering Morgan's bedroom, you find Devonia dead! Oh shit! And Arius laments it for a bit. We dump her back in the wood, but and we decide her death is a problem for another day. We saved so many kids. We forgot one, but that's fine. We did our best. It's something. It's A. It's not A+, but it's A. Let's say it like that. Cool. Elena releases the trapped raven, and it promptly flies away. The stuffed unicorn toy is identified as a small boon for divination spell sword checks. Exploring Morganfa's study, we find invisible ink and Morganfa's writings. An exploding drawer that was presumably destroyed. Further writings, 3 spell scrolls, a glass orb that divines gravity. So basically, if you take the orb and you leave it, if there is gravity, it will fall down.
I don't want to have that item, by the way. Why do I have it?
Which item? Oh, the orb. You check
Well,
gravity.
you're like a pack mule.
You're gonna.
Alright, focus, guys. It's serious. It's serious time.
Yes.
Serious. You're not serious. You're not being serious enough. After a bunch of investigative rolls for the invisible shroom ink and shared befuddlement at the orb, our thoughts drift to food and rest because we are fucking tired. It's been a long day. Nyx and Jeff Cause are once again left to their own devices, and the Tiefling takes the opportunity to again probe the Minotaur. That's a nice way to say it. By laying bare his own moral shortcomings,
I mean, it's the Nick style.
Nyx challenges Jeff Cause's principles and asks him what he intends to do. Putting his bar kind of low, Jeff Cause declares his desire to cleanse his order and avenge them by ending Strahd and his curse, which is cool. Nyx responds by gifting him the scroll of holding that Sir Godfrey Gwilym gave him, and shares the news that Argen Voss's ghost asked them to restore his bones so he can end the curse on his knights. Towards that end, Team Trauma has to heist Castle Ravenloft. Vampire heist, let's go!
Woo!
Jifkos reveals that he knows the castle a little, as he was invited for a dinner with a lot of characters there. Next, Nyx explains how Madame Eva, his adopted mother, gave the party a prophecy. If they gather 3 items, they have a real chance of defeating Strahd. Not just any real 3 items, but really cool magical lightsabers and shit.
Yeah.
Upon hearing Eva's name, Jukos claims he remembers her from that after-mentioned dinner, and how she was friendly with Strahd. In the end, Nyx sums this all up as, get the stuff, kill the vampire, and get the rotting Minotaur to take a bath. I think he's not in that order, but you know, it's fine. They are interrupted by noises coming from the kitchen downstairs. Heading to investigate, they see a group of orphans sneaking out in the middle of the night. Upon asking what is happening, the children divulge the desire to return to Valaki and catch up with Milivoy and Evania. But they believe they are on their way there. They snuck out because they were half scared you wouldn't let them go, and they want to dodge a hard conversation with Fanny. Taken aback by your kindness, the group of children accepts the hooded lantern and the invitation to the Lakovich Manor.
Yes, indeed. Woo! Good job.
I give myself 7 out of 10 for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, the enthusiasm was there for sure.
Yeah. Cohesiveness. Yeah. It's a work in progress. Fun.
Yeah. Let's do also a little bit of this, the pond, of course. There we go. The calm of the night descends upon the autumn grove like a lover's blanket. There's no more fussing of worked up toddlers and babes, no more hushed conspiring between anxious orphans searching for safety, and no danger lurking behind the next corner to take advantage of your ignorance. Even the pond itself, with all its sprawling wildlife, respects the quiet and small hours of the night, dimming their voices and lights. Yivkaz finds that peace and the darkness of sleep like death, lulled by those very same dancing lights beyond the pane glass window of Morganza's study. The rest of Team Trauma, exhausted to the bone with adventure, nightmares, and bruises, readily throw themselves into a similar state of unconsciousness. Not one dream is had that night, nor do you fret in your sleep. The exhaustion deep, and only through this paralyzed state of not being does it slowly fade from your system. Only in the hours of the morning, sometime just after dawn, sends shy rays of light even through the thickest of misty veils of the dome of Barovia, does one of you experience a dream. Hamartia.
Yes.
You find your half-conscious mind thrown to the four winds. Scattered and aimless, you float above the reds, the greens, the yellow, and the brown hues that encompass the autumn grove far, far below you. You're at peace, becalmed by the powers of control and of knowledge. Everything is as it should be. All the little lights of creatures below you are all welcomed, and you do not fear them. Beyond yourself, a storm continues to rage. The lightning has now moved on, disappearing into the far east, but the dark clouds continue to shed their rapid tears on the world below. But you're not sad. On the contrary, spreading your arms over the little lights fills you with such motherly satisfaction that you cannot help but smile. Then, as that light begins filtering in more and more, that satisfaction shrinks as you gaze upon the heavy mists veiling your realm. You know they are there, those little lights of yours, but it's hard to see them like this. Waving your miles-long hand unbound by flesh, you squat them away. And you sigh as the dew twinkles before your sight, light filtering through leaves and fresh forest springs dance before your sight. You're closer to them now, with them even. You're waking with the weasel family in their earthen tunnel's core underneath an oak tree's sprawling root system. You navigate through the undulating underwater dark queen kelp with the silverfish fishes. You lick your eyeballs and croak happily with your frog and toad brethren. And you sing your morning greetings with the small sparrows in the trees. Everything is as it should be. That harmony just right. Sinking further and further into yourself with the various creatures that coexist with you. Sinking further into a melody you create together. But something is disharmonious. A voice outside of yourself, but close. In the direction of where the distant sun sets, a voice is screaming. It's not so close as to disturb your song, thankfully, but it sure is annoying. Echoing upon the wind, ruining your morning serenity. You try to wrap that blanket of your melody closer around your sky shoulders, trying to drown the noise of the song, noise out in the songs of your own making. But that very pull and tug increases the volume of the scream. You tug, it responds. You weave, it roars. It's your fault. Amartya,
Yes.
you come awake. As a bit delirious, unused to your body and its various senses. It feels alien for a good couple of seconds until your soul finds solid purchase within your sinew and bone once more. What woke you was a voice, right? Yes, there she is, Illyria. She's in your eye line, looking down upon you. A little bit worried, but not too much. She's also pulling and tugging on you, insistently asking you to wake up. And as you blink away that grogginess, you also see Fanya in the door, a bit more rested, but still frazzled and a bit worked up. I'm sorry to wake you all, as I said, but I just did a head count when I woke up, and there's several missing beyond Evonia. Delian, Miros, Triska, Lupinus, Vonimira, Drago, and Irina. I know Mistress Amartya, you said that the forest is safe for us, but without an escort, like one of yourselves, can you help me search for them?
Yeah, yes. I'll gladly help you. Is everyone else awake?
Yes, Illyria Nix Irius.
Yes.
You came awake as soon as Fania came into the room, and she politely, raised her voice to, stir you awake. And Hamartia Illyria didn't wake up immediately, so you went over there to nudge and coax her awake.
It was you who didn't wake up. Are you feeling all right?
Yes, I think I just overslept a little bit. You know how it is. You kill your parent and your sister, so you need some sleep.
Right?
We saw them leave late last night. We didn't try to stop them.
What? You did? What did
They
you say?
seemed adamant that they wanted to go back to Valaki and try and find Milovoy, Nivonia. But in that moment, any such words to tell them no could have been worse. So instead, we offered them our manor house in Valaki to at least make sure that they are safe.
Your man, Volakovich house?
Valakovich Manor, indeed.
Well, but how will they be safe on the road?
It's not that far. And it's not that they have to worry about these forests now that Hamatia here is in full control.
Oh, I see. Well, I wish you would tell them to wait so we could all talk about it. Like this. What will the others say? And now I have less helping hands with the little ones. And
Well-
what if Valak isn't safe? I mean, there's been, when we left, like, there was a lot of things going on, and there were cold ones walking in the streets.
Valeria does seem a little worried about that part.
We did tell them that it was quite different. But hey, if you're concerned about them, I mean, it's a couple of days to get there.
But I'm not in a condition. They're not. We've never been broken up like this. You know?
Would you have them stay here when they're not happy?
Happy. I wanted to be safe. And I'm not sure about the moment if they're safe. I guess there's nothing to do. Mr.
Listen.
Martia,
Yes.
thank you for everything, but I just... Is it alright if we stay for a couple of days just to catch our
You
breath?
can stay here for how long as you wish. This is a refuge meant for you. Be here as long as you feel as you need to be here. Be it days, months, years. I still am drawing a sketch on how to treat the orphan here. But this is meant to be a safe place for you. Unconditionally so.
Okay. Wow. Even beyond when we become adults, we can stay?
Of course, it is your choice. When you become adults, I'm sure your help here to tend to the next generation would be most welcome.
Yes, as of course. They're my family. Always been. Okay, we're gonna take care of this place, Mrs. Amadia, alright? It's gonna be spotless. Gather food, like normally, and we will move out of your room, of course. Is it okay if we exterminate the insects in Ophalia's room?
Well, I think this should be one of the first order of business, don't you think?
Yes, please.
You should probably rest for today. Tomorrow in the morning, we'll go about our daily tasks and who should probably do them. We will make it a good place.
I like that. Thank you. Mr. Zamardia, thank you. Thank you.
And you're welcome.
Nobody has welcomed us like you have. Not like Father Lucian and Mrs. Velasco, anyway. Breakfast. Me and Janina will take care of that whenever you're ready. Again, I'm sorry for waking you all up. I was worried.
Do you want some help with that?
If you want to.
Well, as long as you, don't let me, near anything I can fuck up too much. Sure, I'd like to.
You helped with the dishes greatly yesterday eve. Thank you. It's better though that Janina and me in there because the dollars and the babes can sometimes be a little bit fussy about their food. We shall make sure it's right. But in your own time, it's okay. Yes. Until then. A little bit awkwardly, she steps out of the door.
Goodbye,
then-
Fanya.
She goes out a little bit and then comes back. Oh, right. And then she like closes the door, peeks in her head. Goodbye. And then she closes it.
Bye.
This is the first time someone called me a mistress.
Well, this is your house now, and you probably treat it nicer than anyone has. And
Yeah, but she's only a few winters younger than me, probably less than 5. It's so weird. Ah!
But you get used to it.
well, at
No.
least you're not a lady saint.
That's true, but I'm just. I've not even didn't even seen 19 winters, and people call me Miss like I'm some fucking hag.
I don't think that's the case.
They're
Okay.
just trying to be polite. They're probably used to adults ordering them around, and to them, I suppose you're sort of an adult. I mean, you are an adult.
I am an adult, a young adult, a pretty young adult, but it's not old. It's fine, as long as they call me Miss. Maybe I'll be Miss Hamadia. I'll become a mistress later. That's fine.
Oh, really?
Yes. Why not?
Nothing.
She gives you the look. You know the look when you say something you shouldn't have and someone is giving you the look with, something is there. She gives you that look. She squints her eyes.
Ilaria
at you.
just kind of grins at Hamardia for like getting up.
We have several things we need to take care of.
I'm excited to get back into the study, the library.
First things first, we patch each other up first. I have 4 more healers kits.
Yes.
During long rest, you don't need the healer's kits. So you
Does that
regain
change?
only short rests requires
Oh my
use of
God.
healer's kit.
Right,
The long
right,
rest
right.
does not. But you still need
I
to
finally-
use your. Yes. Sorry, Cookie. What did you say?
I finally get my 12 max HP points back from what.
Yes!
Well, you still spend, your HD. So first you
Yes.
regain half, starting with the smaller dices first.
Wait, is
Yeah.
that rounded up or down?
Round it up.
Okay, so I
Well,
get
it's,
this
we have
and
8
this.
levels, so it's 4 hit dice.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I roll one. Okay, so I need to.
And then
True,
you
we're not-
may
we roll now,
expend. You may expend as many as you wish, adding your vitality modifier to each die rolled.
Six.
Irius,
I
when
just-
he wakes up, it looks definitely hardier, but it's like he hasn't recovered fully. He still has like a bit of a bruise here and there.
We're allowed to expend more after we made like a first roll, right? Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Up to what you have during the night.
No,
Not bad.
I mean, yeah, but
I have
That's
2 health
good.
dice remaining.
Oh, wow.
That's needed. No, but trust me, that's fucking needed. Okay, he's 2 points off full. Thank God.
and then that's another d10 plus 2.
All right. He only had to use half of his shit. Thank God.
I'm not saying that Illyria doesn't have any hit dice, but she doesn't.
Yeah, basically everybody are at
Well,
zero.
this is
right
the
now.
advantage of starting. You start with all of your hit dice.
The advantage of starting by Fujifkas.
Joining
Yeah.
the
And
campaign.
she's like still like 28, like actually almost 30 HP off full.
Yeah, you're all definitely feeling still your adventures yesterday.
Oh yeah,
It's been
Illyria's
a lot.
She's not feeling well.
Yes. All right. So you take a little bit stock of each other. Most of you close. Some of you, a bit bruised. You all indeed are still reeling from the consequences of your shenanigans yesterday.
So, breakfast, get a good hearty meal in us, and then. Then what? I mean, do we need to take care of what's going on around here? Do we need to deal with, I don't know, new line of addresses, tax forms? How does one inherit a new property?
I think you peruse it off the dead body of your mother. Personally, I don't know. You haven't really done it in a while.
Well, whatever it is, Hamatia, we do have an overarching requirement to ensure that the curse is broken, but we have, a moment here to take care of some personal endeavors. It's been a long time since we've had a moment to catch our breaths. And this could be only still but a moment before you-know-who comes knocking down this door saying, hey, we're repossessing.
Yes. I think we should probably get to the standing stones and see what sort of ingredient we need out of my mother.
Right. Well, fair. You know where they are?
Of course I know where they are.
Well then, once again, Hamatir, it is your job to lead the party down into the bog.
Right. Yes, but it's a friendly bog. It's a nice bog now. It's a sunny bog. I think I should make. Can I make it sunny? I can make it less moody, I think.
Try and clench real hard. Maybe that will help.
Bexxy, Hamatia is going to focus herself on the house, and she's going to use a layer action
Oh.
to change the weather around the house to make it as sunny and as nice as possible.
All right.
Sun?
You
Sun?
well,
As
it's not
possible in
gonna
Bologna.
be yes, it's not gonna be sunny, but to what
It's
is
always sunny in
possible,
Bologna.
you thin the mist to as much as possible. And over the course of a couple of seconds, slowly but surely, outside the window, the world seems to brighten.
That's better. We should probably give daily tasks to children so they don't just stand around doing nothing. That would be bullish. And then be on our merry way.
Can we just stop and acknowledge what just happened? Amatia, amazing.
Yes, I told you, it's my house now.
Yes, but the deep magic is stirring, indeed.
I am glad you enjoy my deep magic. Yes?
Yes, what skill. What deep enchantments and dazzling. And he kind of looks outside the window whilst kind of scratching his beard and patting your shoulder.
I mean, I think, I don't know. Do you think this magic has always been here, or is it something that my family created? Is it like a hard thing, or is it? If some of you maybe one of you kills me, then you get the thing.
Damn.
I think you're the only one who can really answer that, at least amongst us.
I don't know. I need to do a little bit of studying in my mother's study to understand it, I think.
Oh yeah, have I woken up yet?
Yes. No. You have not. They were awoken, slightly early to still get the long rest, but
Yeah.
you're having a nice time on the divan right now.
Whoa.
You're actually not really conscious at all. Um, Arius says, I'm not sure, but I think if there's anybody who can give us some insight, it might be those forest folk, considering the little piece of history we found in that tablet.
Perhaps. You know, it's not an obscure thing to say that, you know, even Jivkos might have some information just because he's been around so long.
True.
Maybe Casimir. Who can say? There's probably enough information. But as for now, before any such wine or food, my mind is a little fuzzy, and I don't care to try and hurt it so early on in the morning.
We should fetch the if it's still here. I don't. You talked long and well with this Chipkos. What's your assessment? Can we trust him?
His moral compass is unwavering and altruistic. He has his own agenda to try and relieve the curse on him and his, well, old platoon. But his heart, even though it doesn't beat, it's still in the right place. We had a good chat. He is more of a person who looks beyond the shortcomings of silly mistakes and looks deeper into whether or not you are a truly evil person or not. He truly wants to see Barovia alleviated of this curse. So, yes, I do believe that he is someone to be trusted.
Promising. Another friend.
I think there needs to be a conversation between him and Illyria, though, in terms of the relic that you carry. I'm not sure he took too kindly to find the keepers earlier on, and just to, you know, smooth the waters.
Juice, you're muted.
Huh?
You're muted.
Oh shit, sorry.
And
I can probably talk to him.
I'm sure he'll understand. But it, you know, it might just help things mesh well together. He is definitely strong enough to march with us, and we are in need of someone who is, well,
Big,
more
buff, an absolute wrecking machine.
all of that.
It's also really nice, you know. I wouldn't expect an undead cow knight to be so nice, but
But he's nice as long as you don't, you know,
kill children
or hurt them, or
or do morally defunct
I can
deeds.
seek him out for breakfast, maybe, whenever he's up.
sure. I wouldn't say it's something urgent.
Let it be. What? I suppose I can. What urgent? What's our next step? Do we want to see about those stones?
The stones first, since they're just here.
Cookie. Here is a day away of walking.
Yeah, it is perhaps not here, but it's close. It's a day's walk, all in all.
Okay, well, I mean, that's not on the other side of Barovia, so that's still good.
Yeah. It's just that, you know, it's sometimes, you know, you want to go somewhere, but it's a day's walk and you have to do a mysterious ritual every year, so it's not really that close, but it's quite close. I'm not speaking on for myself. Yes, I'm not doing dark rituals. Why would I do dark rituals? It's weird.
So, just to get your wheels turning, so to speak, Matir,
Yes.
we came across some stones before, and we're not quite sure exactly what they did. Then we came across some additional stones underneath the tree. So
Yes.
I don't know if there's something there that you have learned that would be very beneficial that we might have with
Well,
us.
we saw visions, right? Of
You saw visions.
I saw visions. Yes. Of well, I think it's a way to free the spirits that the hag trapped, and I believe they are some sort of key to our dear vampires' curse. So that's why I think it would be very beneficial for us to try and understand, or perhaps get more information about these elementals, and perhaps they would prove a useful ally in the coming war, which is inevitable.
Fair. I was just merely positing the option that maybe we want to know exactly what's going on there. I do have these rubbings from the other stones.
We should also ask a new friend, since they seem to possess some new knowledge of this place. Shouldn't we go with him?
Let's do.
To the library.
Why not the Bat Cave while we're at it?
No,
To the library!
Iria seems very excited at the prospect.
Follow the rules. Come on, guys.
Yeah, follow the rules.
I'm gonna transport you. So it goes quick. There you go. Oops. There you go. As you step into the study, Morgana's study, opening up the door, you see a corpse on the divan. In the shape of a rotting minotaur. The chest isn't moving. Indeed, nothing is moving. It's just a body with nothing there.
How do we wake him? Does an undead wake like a person, or do we need to chant something?
Suddenly, the eyes open and it's just white sclera, and then from behind the head, two pupils, kind of with like a sickly squelch sound, comes back down into focus. The pupil focuses, like opens and closes a little bit, and then like rigor mortis sets in. Jivkov's upper half just shoots up. And you're like, whoa!
Ah!
He does like a crack with his neck, and it like goes a little bit too far, and he sets it back. God.
Good morning.
Morning.
Were you watching me sleep?
We were. You were sleeping like the dead.
I'm not entirely sure if that is offensive. What?
It is not kind.
We didn't mean to we didn't mean to watch you sleep. We meant to wake you.
I'm unsure if I am able to be woken, but thanks.
But you can't be woken up?
Don't really know. People didn't tend to wake me when I was at Argenvost.
Right. Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Fascinating. You know, it's truly like... Your condition is new to me, Sir Jukos.
It is not new to me in the sense that time, but it is still something I am yet to get used to.
Yeah, speaking of time, from the little I've heard from the others, again, you were not yourself for a very long time. You weren't in control of yourself, but now you are. The witches did that?
This is a very heavy subject for somebody who just woke up, but...
I mean,
Yes.
the mind is the sharpest, just, after waking up.
Of course. Yes, I was not until the thankfully now dead hags managed to wrangle my mind from whatever it was I was afflicted with.
Maybe then it's not thankful that they're dead. We should have had a conversation about it first. Jane.
A conversation with who, exactly?
Your mother, about the intricacies of what this is, and if we're able to free others of them. I mean, think about it. These guys as help against, you know who.
I would have loved to learn, but from what I'm aware of, it may include the death of an innocent.
No? Soul power? Ah, I see. Sadly, most of the deeper magic and more complex magic does require sacrifice. Yes.
I'm not sure it is something I would wish to go through, even if it were to free my brothers and sisters.
Fair. It's fair. Yes, we were just discussing what the Autumn Grove is to the hags, the forest folk, the standing stones, and what you might know about it.
Miss Standing Stones? I'm unsure, really. We never learnt much of... Was it these forest folk, you call them?
You called them something else?
Well, people of the forest was what they were first called, I think.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
I guess longer titles gets shortened over time. Yes.
It is what they introduced themselves to Arkenvost when he first came to the valley. They were not friendly.
Oh.
Thankfully, though, a dragon may fly away from axes and vines.
Oh, that's a lot of information.
They were here before even we were.
So you're saying that they're natives of Barovia, perhaps more ancient than of the actual Barovians.
Well, it did not used to be called Barovia. Because, well, it was not always under the control of Strahd or any vampire. It used to be called the Balanoch Valley.
What do you say?
What?
Balanoch Valley?
Balanoch Valley.
Balanoch Valley, yeah.
And new things every day now.
Agreed. cannot really say much in terms of what they were and what they did, but they did have 3 camps before we were even here, though they tended to be more nomadic in nature across the valley.
I see. And where did these camps used to be?
There was one in the west, past the lowlands, Yester Hill. There was one near the Central Hills, south of the Lunar Lake. Yes. And there was another to the south of Argenvostold, across the river.
Hmm. Oh, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm. I am unsure what remains of them, of course, as I, well, never went near them in my undeath.
Why? Were there rules?
I am unsure, actually. It is the same with why we don't tend to go near villages or camps or such when we were under the curse. It was just a sort of unknown repulsion, I would call it.
See. So, part of the curse somehow?
Possibly. We, of course, had no such repulsion in our life. Just after.
So there's no. I'm certain about your history with the forest folk who did speak about talking to them. Is it then impossible to converse with them, or?
They. Yes, we had a small amount of conversation with them, but of course it was hard thanks to their less friendly nature at times. We knew they, of course, worshipped the land and, well, 3 massive elemental beings that were inside of the valley. But we showed our respect to them as the precursors and claims to this valley. We did not wish to disrupt them, as there was no reason to be. We let them be, and they let us, for the most part. But they were not the only things we found around this area.
No.
Well, as Argenvost traveled around the mountains in the south, he came across a creature. What was it called? A rock, that was... Sorry, yes, a rock. A large beast that, thankfully, Argenvost was able to fight off, and is still most likely somewhere in the mountains, though I am sure about it at this time, thanks to the time that has passed.
Are you guys muted, everybody, or?
So,
No.
rock lives in those mountains then? Is that something
Is
we
it?
should be careful of?
Well, if you attempt to travel there, then yes, but I recommend against going into the southern mountains.
Is that where we're headed? Like if we go to the temple.
Let's do like this.
Like it is sort of towards the south, isn't it?
Very much so.
Well, we probably won't have a choice but to go south.
Why do you say?
Because personally, I believe that is where one of the things we're looking for is located, and the promise we made to someone.
Do you mean in the temple there?
A faceless demigod awaits you at the end of a long, winding road deep in the mountains.
Even if this artifact is there, I do not think it would be wise to travel there. That is where...
We need those artifacts. Do you know how we found this? And she kind of takes out the hilt of the sun sword.
His eyes follow it, and
No, I do not know how you got it.
We followed the prophecy that we got from Madame Eve.
And you sure she is someone to trust?
I don't know about trusting in prophecy, but I do know that we came across an extremely powerful magical item that is one of the only things that can hurt our, let's call it, prime query.
Mm-hmm. And do you think you are mightier than a dragon?
I think that the same way that I would not be able to lock a hole without a key. A dragon might not be able to kill a vampire.
I do
especially
not
on
mean
such
for
a-
Strahd. I mean for what lies in those mountains.
Listen, I will do whatever it takes to bring an end to Strahd, and I believe finding those items is what it takes. But we will look for the other one first. Maybe that will convince you.
I am unsure whether the southern complex is of any good idea. It is almost the sole reason my order exists.
We are aware of
Prevent that evil from being visited. It is the sole reason that we were killed. The sole reason that we fought. You think it is a good idea?
yes. Because the more we understand about this place,
The further you may fall.
no. We'll use the knowledge to free this place once and for all.
Iria steps up with Illyria, also like taking a step forward. I do agree with the young miss. Furthermore, knowledge is what brought doom to me, not knowing what I was in for, and to my friends. We need to understand this. And perhaps my new friend, perhaps your order's doom was indeed a lack of knowledge.
So you think in those mountains there is something good to be found?
Good is what you make it. There's lightning in my hands, thunderclaps. But it's me who guides the arc of energy. And so if we are steadfast, I think we can guide this, whatever it is that awaits us there, to something good. If we keep together, keep our wits, and be careful.
Thank you, Arius.
No, of course.
Jivkos just stays silent a couple of moments longer.
So whenever we have a moment, would you?
Listen, Jivkos, I know that this seems sketchy at best, and perhaps a betrayal of your values at worst. But we are fighting a desperate fight here, let's be honest. We are 5 people that can fight, and some of these people that can fight are not really here. And we are fighting against the vampire lord and all these haglings and all these spooky vampires. We need every tool we can get to fight this, and maybe we're doing a fool's errand, but we've done fool errands before, and we've managed to come up with pretty good stuff, so I'm not saying that you should be sure that we're doing the right thing, because I'm not sure of it myself.
No, but what choice do we have left? What choice do you have left?
I have finally been able to make choices myself. And even then, I am unsure of what I may choose. But
We can't force you to come along with us, but we will end Strahd.
you are not the first to try.
I know we aren't.
But you have gotten the furthest.
We have gotten first.
No one
Yeah.
has gotten past, well, us, my order. We have in our afflicted minds cut down many, I do regret to say, but you are the first to have convinced us. You have something that I have not ever seen anyone before you have. I will not make any decision yet. I'm unsure if I may for the moment. But
I understand.
for now, I cannot bring myself to face my order, my brothers and sisters, in the form that they take.
Lyria just kind of nods and gives Jivkos a moment before kind of like picking up the thread that she was going to say earlier. It's like, whenever you have a moment and want to talk, I think the two of us should speak.
If you think that would work,
I think it
I
might
will.
be good.
Gladly then.
Oh god.
Oh no!
I will be myself, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So, is that what you wish to ask me? Would you have any further inquiries.
There is a question that I have. And we touched on it yesterday, Chief Cause, but are you keen on restoring Barovia to what it once was, to ending the curse, to freeing your people, or is this just posturing?
You think I would posture about something like that?
Well, when such a solution presents itself in front of you, you seem very keen on denying that it is possible.
Am I at fault for attempting to still believe in the thing that I swore my soul and my life to, and dedicated so much of it and my unlife to?
And you wish to continue to dedicate your life in this manner for eternity, to live like you are?
I see what my order has become, and I am still attempting to deal with that fact. I see what they have done what I have done over the decades and centuries. I have been shambling around this accursed place. Forgive me if that is something I am still coming to terms with. But I know what I wish, and that is to see Strahd fall for what he has done to me, my order, and the people that inhabit this valley.
And it's been how long since you've seen someone, a group of people, get even this close? Hundreds of years, right?
Yes.
So when an opportunity like this comes along after hundreds of years, are you going to turn your back on it? Or are you going to double down and realize that it's now? Now is the time when you should act. To get behind the initiative, to get behind someone that has the chance to change things for the better. She can do that. And Nyx points to Illyria. And all you have to do is believe in her.
It's not just we're in this together. We all want to restore Barovia.
That is what I want. But the thing I doubt is what I may do if I'm face to face with any of my company, and, well, what the future of Barovia holds beyond the death of that despot. And what my future is. Do I have one? But that is something for another day and another time.
True. All you have to consider right now is, will you follow us to a days away?
What is a days away?
Some stones.
Some creepy stones.
What kind of stones?
Standing stones. The ones that stand. And
Stones with Parimodiro written on them. Stones that seem to have some ties to the land.
Will Jivkos have heard anything about these kind of stones before?
You know what? Make me an intelligence check.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
I have so much intelligence.
Let's go!
Minus
It's totally
4.
not just a straight D20.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh no, shit, it's not an exclamation mark. I keep forgetting that. Fucking
His,
Avray is an
you know,
exclamation mark.
yeah.
Oh, shit! Holy
God.
shit!
Oh my god!
Okay. Okay.
God, the golden snitch. Okay. Okay. Well. Huh.
Shit.
Shit, my dude. How am I gonna explain this? Okay, so, in the heyday, there were, some interaction with the people of the forest. There were some incursions, diplomacy that needed to be done, especially so after Argynvostholt started to grow. And that's kind of when you joined the picture. And not many of the knights concerned themselves with the movement and the motivations of the people of the forest, as they were seen as barbarians, But Argynvost always had a bit of a compassionate kind of stance before them, always wanted to clear up situations with them rather than just, retaliate and scare them into submission, basically. And he made, of course, a lot of concessions for the people of the forest, so they were as comfortable as possible with Argynvosthold's presence in Badenoch Valley. And of course, he would share his stories about it, and whenever they became a problem or it was brought up, Argynvost would share what he knew, and not a lot of knights were interested in that kind of talk, but you were. And that's also why where they're I can't speak to why they fascinated you, but that's up to you. But it's also the reason for why kind of where their old permanent camps used to be in the valley, because they had, even at your time, mostly scattered from them because of even the knight's presence. And at each camp, at least close by to it, each were marked with the presence of a circle of standing stones that had some kind of ritual, religious, cultural importance to the place, and why Argynvost thought that they had like a permanent presence around it. Now, at Jester Hill, they weren't visible to the naked eye, but Argynvost had heard from the forest folk that it exists underneath the hill itself. So it seems to be a significant place for where the people of the forest gathered, and probably has ties to these elemental beings that they worshipped, and Argynvost respected.
Mm-hmm.
And indeed, that the standing stones indeed were in deep within Jester Hill, here on the highland plains in between Vallaki and Castle Raymaloft, as well as on an island in the middle of Lunar River. Close by to the camp that was on the shore of Lunar River, on the other side of where Lunar Village and Argynvostholt was made, but a little bit more south from it.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Indeed. There you go.
All right. I think I caught all of that, hopefully. So.
That was a fascinating history lesson, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
I love the lore. Give me all the lore.
I have so much. Trust me, I've got a lot more lore in this doc.
There's so much lore, can fit so much lore in this bad
This
boy.
baby contains so much lore.
That's shift cost.
This tank is large.
This Moo heard so much lore.
This Moo can fit so much lore in it.
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, so what does Jivko say as his eyes glazes over? And he thinks back.
And he's spoken to by God. No.
Yeah, exactly.
We have an interest in relics of the people of the forest.
Well, she does, pointing at Hamatia.
How do you have ties to them?
Well, apparently these stones may or may not contain some really important elementals, but may or may not be imprisoned and used by the hands. So you saw how my mother commanded Wing during our fight, yes?
Yes.
We are led to believe that this is because she is the one that held the keys to the Wind Spirit's prison.
Of the elementals that the forest folk worshipped, yes.
Yes. So we believe that the same sort of beings are used to somehow feed the curse in some manner.
Oh, and actually what is in your lore document right now, which you also remember clearly, is when you got news of how the battle between Shay and the Tsarevich went. The thing that broke Emperor Barov and the majority of the Tsarevich army, and you thought Shay for a while would win. Two brothers were running away. Were the fact that Shay somehow, there were rumors about this, made an accord with these elemental beings and used them in her fight against the Tsareviches.
I'm trying to read. Sorry, there's so much writing in there.
Yes, I did.
So much so right now.
So much shit.
Here. I have highlighted it.
Oh yeah. Right. I didn't realize that was exactly what she did because just because there is just this. Yeah, I didn't know that she utilized them like that. I thought they were just friendly.
Oh no!
I didn't think that he had it like
here, the last here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, sorry, yeah. A very small part that I overlooked.
No, it's okay. The natural 20 gets you that.
Okay.
I will handhold you and tell you exactly what you need.
Listen, the dock is so fucking big.
Hold my hand.
Well,
Wait, but were we in the discussion before
well,
God intervened?
We said that we're going to go see the stones, and then like Jif goes, do I know anything about the stones? And we haven't had any part of Jifko's response since then.
Yeah.
It's been like
And then
15 minutes.
Jifka kind of recalled like
Yeah,
everything that was on his memory banks, like fucking like
Yes,
reading a
I
fucking
downloading.
Wikipedia article on it, like Barovipedia.
Listen, this fucking
Buffaloing.
document is like massive, okay? It's like 40 pages long.
Jeez, no, not like that, but yes, it is. So, thank you for paying attention.
well, these elementals have stood against Strahd before with another vampire force, and that leads me to believe that, well, they may aid us again. Is that what you wish to do?
Just like finding any relics or going to that temple, everything that we are doing is to gain the upper hand against the fight of Strahd. Yes, definitely, 100%.
If we are close by to that, then it would seem stupid not to.
Fine. Great.
If these stones do indeed hold either, well, the elementals themselves or some kind of lead towards them, it would be of utmost importance to have
So-
back of the valley to us.
So I'm gonna take it as a yes that you're coming with us.
That is a yes, yes.
Right. Cool. You know, you could lead with that.
It's not as easy as just a simple yes.
You've been around for a long time. I'll give you a wide berth for the time being. It's
And I have only had my own mind for a couple days. There's a lot.
maybe a visit to Kresk could unwind that mind of yours. But well,
Oh, we
Illyria,
can talk about guest later.
right? We have stones to go visit.
Yes, but perhaps we should sort out some duties for the children so that they don't starve whilst we're there.
I'm sure they'll be able to take care of themselves if you tell them, "Hey, we're off for a day or two. You're the women of the house now," or whatever. It would be nice if we had some rations or something to help us get there, but beyond that, so shall we?
If you know the way from here, then yes.
I just unmute myself and then. Okay, I'm gonna go and fix that so the door is closed, and you all migrate to the kitchen. Most of you feeling hungry. The last one of you just following, like the little good duckling he is. And with that. Oh, good to know, Jukas. We're gonna go for a short break. Woo! Woo!
Okay.
Refill your glasses, pet your pets, go to the toilet, and come back ready and welcome.
Close your doors. Meet your boyfriend.
Yes, for 1.5 hours.
Ruffle him
So,
until he shuts up.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna be right back too. Bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed the little lore dump.
Yeah.
There's so much more.
Okay.
Hi,
I'm here.
I'm also here, and I have chocolate milk.
I'm nearly my first can of cider down, so.
What a
I also
staple.
did have like a entire can of Monster and like 3 shots of vodka earlier.
Damn.
I was very fucking tired after that practice seminar. Holy shit, it was annoying.
What was it about?
I mean, it was just literally me and like 4 other people from my course who thankfully were the 4 only other people I would have been happily doing it with. Basically just like chatting about a paper we'd been given, and it was on zero waste cities, an index. So it was like a study on like San Francisco, Stockholm, and Adelaide.
Oh.
And we just gonna chat about that basically. I really enjoyed it actually, but holy shit. I don't like being recorded. Like that.
Fair.
This is fine. That was horrible.
This improv, better improv. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Well, no, I love doing them. It's just being recorded while doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like I had a camera and everything.
Mm.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Becky.
Howdy ho! Howdy ho!
Wow. Okay, good food. Very nice. Okay, Cookie, you were back?
No.
Okay, Cookie's still gone. Okay, I can gobble down food a little bit more. But hopefully, Weebu, this will help you deal with it.
Yes, it does. Trust me.
Good. You get really better at like, yeah, life.
Just chatting.
Yeah.
I can yap so much.
Okay. Ooh, that might be cooking coming. I hear you.
Is he gone?
No.
Is he? Oh.
You just heard him somewhere in the background, like the specter
No.
that he is.
I'm about to finish my chocolate milk, and I want another one, but I know then I'll feel sick.
Yeah, chocolate milk is one of those things, or strawberry milk as well, that you just have some and then fuck.
Depends upon
Your
how
stomach-
well your stomach can handle lactose, honestly. You're a little bit weak if you cannot handle it, honestly.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, I don't have
Wanna drinking
problems with
competition
lactose, but like whenever there's chocolate milk, like I'll drink like a liter of that shit in like 5 minutes if you let me.
Heck yeah. I mean, don't let my BF do it, because he has a weak lactose stomach, but mine a steel. I had so much milk as a youngster. I can handle it like a champ.
I drank so much of it when I was in Australia because it was free.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, their milk is like American. It's got sugar in it.
Ooh.
I know.
Super pasteurized.
Which
and
is
like,
one of the reasons that I drank so much.
Oh. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, addicting.
Listen, free sugary milk.
Gotta be careful. Sugar. There was a scientific experiment on like mice. They had their pick between sugar and cocaine, and they picked sugar. They picked sugar over cocaine.
Is it because they didn't have a little tiny mouse credit card to cut it with?
I think it was like suffused in the liquid that they drank.
Wait, is that the reason? Like,
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
is that why cocaine's actually so expensive?
My cocaine addiction is so strong.
Like, is the issue not acquiring the cocaine, but the mandatory credit card?
Yep.
I'm laughing so hard right now because
I don't know. People in
Cookie
like,
is so confused probably right now.
I don't know. Like people in Tel Aviv always complain about the cost of living, but like 50% of them do cocaine on a daily basis.
So I don't think it's that expensive, to be honest, if 50% of people manage to get it in the city.
Are they mice?
Anyway. No, but if you're extra Hemo, if you see somebody who has an extra long like pinky nail, like one nail is very much longer than the others, you know what they're doing. Yeah.
Like Grandpa in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Doesn't he have all the nails pretty long? Does he have one nail very long?
Just one. His
He
cocaine nail.
does? Really?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay. All right. You learn something new every day. Are we ready to continue?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's get back to it. Okay. You head down for breakfast. There's a ruckus inside of like the kitchen. There's like babies crying, toddlers like demanding attention. It is chaotic, and you try your best to help. You talk to Fania for a bit. You go and inspect the food found in the cold storage of the house, where you found Sarko almost freezing to death. There's also a little bit of food in the kitchen itself, you know, in storage there, and also a little bit in the warm storage that is just south of the kitchen, where you found Miros and his crossbow aimed at a resident undead cow. Minotaur, I'm sorry. It's pretty funny to say. I do apologize. And there's a lot of food in this house. Of course, not as much as the Fedatov like barrels of holding had, but there's certainly enough for all of these people to probably survive for 3-4 months, maybe. Darva is also excited about learning how to hunt. And you also learn that there's, which you also know, Hamartia, which you spend a lot of your time doing, is gathering, you know, food from the area. The Autumn Grove seems to be, in comparison to most of Barovia, pretty bountiful when it comes to food produced by the forest itself. Berries, mushrooms, forest onions, and other roots. There's definitely a lot to scavenge as well. So you think that for at least now, these orphans are going to be fine. But, you know, in a couple of months, it might be a bigger question of how to restock.
Right.
And you also know that through the money that Morgantha received from her pie business, Hamartia, and also other stuff, you're not entirely sure. Sometimes Morgantha would do business with the Vistani and have them deliver her a lot of food.
I think we're good on supplies, all in all. Just need to make sure that people are happy.
A couple of things. Jivkos found himself a book on horsemanship, and he's pretty sure that reading it over a period of time, it will help him glean knowledge. And spending some time in the study, there might be other books such as that to discover that could help you, other people, to learn other things. Or Jibkos, if you don't want another rank in animal handling, perhaps there's something else to do instead. There's 3 scrolls. You haven't discovered what they do yet. Nix, you were almost done with going through her notes. It's a bit of a process to warm every page with a flame and then waiting for it to appear and then scribbling down notes so you don't forget it. You have perhaps a half an hour or an hour or so more work to completely go through the whole thing. And Hamartia Soul.
Yes.
Is socially a thing you remember.
I do remember, so I wanted to do it before we...
Good, because he is definitely in the back of your mind. So, and also after Fania talked with the orphans that they're allowed to stay, they seem to, for at least now, pretty content with that. There might be a more serious conversation in the future if they're going to stay here or go back to Vallaki with the rest. There seems to be voices for and against that, but with all the toddlers and the babies and all of the mental trauma they have experienced as of late, they also talk about their head kind of clearing, and many orphans talk about how they could ever think of the squalls in such a good manner when they were actually horrible in comparison to Rector's Belasco at discipline. They're kind of reeling from the charm effect ending on them.
Oh, I see.
That they defended them so valiantly. So for now, they seem just happy to just slow down and be for a while beyond the squall's, extreme schedule of taking care of this place and being their servants, being on beck and call. There was also a heavy schedule beyond that of restoring the house. Delian and other orphans were painting and doing woodwork and things like that. They seem just happy to be for a while, and there are still some toddlers and some babies with that fever, that sickness going. So there's definitely a sort of let's just slow down and just be for a bit. Which then leaves you, after breakfast is had, to your own devices. What do you like to do?
I would like to summon Soul.
Where do you go and what do you do?
Hamartia will go to her room.
Mm-hmm.
Can you take me up, please?
Yes, of course.
Can you use your DM teleportation magics?
Yes.
Right. And
Okay.
she will clear a part of her room.
Yes, they're not gonna be in your room in one moment. These guys are gonna be the kitchen.
Hey.
There we go. Karina's gone. she's gone. She's gone.
And she's going to roll one of the rags to reveal the very first ritual circle that she made toward her soul. To summon soul.
Was
And
it?
from that very first circle, which is scribbled down, almost like scratched onto the surface, she will concentrate for an hour and think of her dear friend and her gift for soul.
Is it? I must ask. Is it your night side table where the nest the soul had sits upon?
Yeah.
Did you do it in the wood underneath? That would be so thematic.
Yeah.
Oh. Soul kinda reappears over this time, through like gathering fey lights of like pink, purple, and green that kind of like coalesce into his little form. And slowly this moth takes form. What's interesting is just like this deep red color in his brain. Where his brain is just this deep red node. And it is nostalgic for you, Hamartia. It's definitely a little bit of healing and processing and moving past that is happening to you over the course of this hour. Thinking back to the many memories you have of growing up in this very room, and how it was growing up with your family and how they treated you. But there was also happy moments of discovering your own magic, your own agency, and indeed your first true friend. And now with those memories kinda lingering and coalescing together with the memories you have created as of late of redemption, of feeling good about yourself and what you're doing for the first time, feeling strong, feeling independent, feeling like your actions are finally yours. And going through that flame, the forge of the trials and the trauma and the drama and all the obstacles you face with this party. And always having Soul with you there to help you past the worst. And then returning here with power, with strength, with confidence, even though you wavered from time to time. Supported by your friends. You saw those very people that were unsurmountably powerful and impossible to overcome. Just these shadows of titans towering over your life, dictating it and making it miserable. Fall. Tear. Die. And it was partly by your hand. In retrospect, it don't seem so mean, so powerful. So impossible to escape, to overcome anymore. This is yours now. This is your home. And you will craft it in your image, with your will, and you will create different memories, a different legacy, a different destiny for the lair of the Sunbringer. What are your first words to Soul?
My dear friend, I can explain. Listen. Are you okay? She's just waiting for Soul to...
You have awoken the fury of hell! You must pay in 100,000 souls for this indignation!
My dear
This
friend.
fault! This wrongdoing! Their blood was to be mine! And you took it from me! Their death was supposed to be savored by my wings! Their souls drunk through their skulls by me! But I'm very proud of you. Good job.
Thank you! And she's gonna grab him and pat him under the chin, on the antenna, everywhere. She's giving him the full course.
Yeah, you
The
better.
full...
You better.
Listen, Soul, listen. I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. You know this, right? Now look at us.
You could have
You're-
summoned me before the feast.
I know, but we didn't really have a lot of time, and you know.
But
I
could have helped you. I could have killed them on my own.
I know. When I stabbed my sister, I thought of you, my dear friend.
Yeah, I know that. I felt that, but okay.
Listen, I have a gift for you. A very...
There's skulls for
Very.
my skull throne?
Not yet, no.
We
Yes.
should build that. I would like that. Can
You
we
would
take
like a
their skulls and
throne?
put them... Can we start building a throne for me? With the skulls?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I should put... I don't know if it is going to be skulls. That seems a bit morbid, but I will build a
Morbid.
throne
It's
worthy.
right.
She thinks to herself, where did I go wrong with raising this mob?
I'm fucking dying.
By summoning Soul, I think.
I will build a throne for you, but I have a gift, and it's a surprise. It's a very lovely surprise. You'll have to be patient, because we need people to kill. But once we get people that need killing, you will be in for a very pleasurable, very blood-filled surprise. But you'll have to bear with me, my dearest of friends. You have to bear with me. Can you be patient? For a surprise that will...
It's never been my strong suit, I confess.
It will make your
If I
wings...
ever had a fault, it was patience.
It will just make your wings shiver with bloodlust. It will be a dream coming true for you, my
It
dearest
better
of
be
friends.
good.
Oh, it's more than good. It's going to be absolutely gigantic.
Sounds good. I'm already excited. Okay, what we're doing? Who are we killing?
Yeah, but so we'll find someone who needs to be killed, and we'll, we'll
I've had a lot of rest, and I come back with twice the fury.
Good. I expect once we get to people that we need to, and she does the little sound. It'll be thrice the fury.
No.
Four thrice the fury. Yes. But what we're
I
doing is for
shall
good.
bathe in their blood.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. It's
All
good
right.
to see you, my dearest of friends. I miss you so much, you know.
He flies up to your hair and kind of like makes himself a little nest up there.
All right, I shall let you be my throne bearer for some time more, little one.
Right. And look,
My seed, you will carry me into battle.
yes, of course. But look, it's your old nest. I'm going to take it now, and you're
want?
going to sleep in your nest from now on.
I would like that. It's nice.
Amalia grabs the nest.
And it's also filled of various insect blood that I will have basted in to make the aroma nice.
Oh, I miss you so much, so
I
much.
miss you too.
We have a friend I'd like you to meet. Please come if you're going to meet a very good friend who I believe you'll very much enjoy the company of, since his, let's call it, talent for absolutely demolishing people.
And my
Marc-
coat yet grows.
Amalia is going to find Jivkos.
He will most likely have attempted to ascertain whether the children were actually that sick or not. Then the children would have screamed, so he will have stopped.
You kind of like exit the kitchen defeated.
Yeah. He will have gotten to other duties around the place, I think. Just idly sort of doing things. If anything needs moving or getting rid of.
Okay, I think you went up and took care of some of the insects,
Yes.
the rats and the snakes and all of that. And as you were heading down to inquire for more work, you see Amartya looking a little bit of a pep in the step going down the hallway.
Oh, Jivkos, what a surprise! I haven't expected to see you here.
She looks slightly surprised by the sudden sort of shout of Amartya, but he sort of turns around slowly and just nods towards her.
My dear friend, I have someone I'd very much like to meet. It is.
What?
You want to see? It's my best friend. Do you want to meet my best friend, Jivkos?
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Who is this best friend?
And from her hair, you will see a moth popping out, and she will cast minor illusion to put a small spotlight on him and say, "Jivkos, meet Saul, the great Moth King."
As the spotlight is on the moth, it starts doing karate moves on top of Mogatha's head to show off how ferocious it is.
He just sort of leans forward slightly and narrows his eyes for a second, being like,
Oh, is that the moth that got crushed in the tree?
Yes, the moth that saved you from this terrible fate, yes?
Was that not your teleportation cloak?
Yes, but he did make sure that I kept my hand before I stuck it in the tree.
That is quite an important thing, then.
I threatened the tree into submission with my blood.
He says he's happy to finally meet someone with your presence.
Quake in your boots, mortal!
It is honored.
so 1 second. So you. Oh god.
Yeah, Soul does that.
Yeah.
Well, it is, good to meet him.
So come on, check his hand.
It is a him, and all shall know his name! And shudder!
Yes, he's very excited to meet you. I haven't heard him this excited in a while, actually.
I'm happy to meet him as well, then.
And he will offer forward his most likely soul-sized hand.
Yes! Bow down and show your respect.
And he, like, but like a flourish, like, gently taps you with one of his legs.
Jivkos just nods and lowers his hand again.
Good to meet you. Sorry, I'm unsure how to speak to an insect.
Yes, you can understand the name of the language, Markish. But only I can hear him because he's a moth.
Oh, he is no normal moth.
No, that's why.
No, I'm not normal. And be happy you can't hear my voice, because it will make you piss your pants if you heard it.
He's not a normal moth at all. He's my best of friends, and
My favorite
So,
seed.
because I summon it, because he's not a normal moth, I can bring him back here once he takes some damage and needs to go away. It's very
Oh.
nice.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet him. He is quite beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, I think I do like him.
He's flattered.
Jivkos just gives sort of Sol a small nod.
Good job of collecting another servant for my castle of blood.
Mata is not going to respond to that. She's just going to continue operations.
Jivkos will just give Sol another nod then and go back to see if there's anything else that needs to be done while they're sort of around here before they head off.
Okay. Because I heard we're not going to cast Giant Insect today. Sadly. I still want to reveal to you
Oh my god.
the character sheet. So when we do have Sol in combat, you will be prepared.
Oh shit!
I do,
Oh,
and I do want to hear your reaction.
Okay. Give it to me.
I will.
Give it to me, my little big muff.
There you go.
Let's see.
Big boy soul.
Is it in Helmatia stuff?
Yeah, it's in Soul, right? But just scroll down a bit.
Oh no! Oh my god! So, oh shit! My, oh fuck!
Mm-hmm. So you can read up on that, and when we are in combat, you're secure in what he's gonna
Oh,
do.
this is gonna be so fun!
That's good. Very good indeed. Okay. What else? Time wishy-washy shenanigans. Is there anything else we want to do? With the time this morning?
I'm assuming Jivkos will not have actually been able to like see if the babies are gonna be alright or not.
Do you want to spend more of your lay on hands to heal some more babies from their fever?
He wants to see, first, like, medicine-wise, whether it's actually any bad or it is something that you can sort of just nurse them out of with good care.
Oh, make me a medicine intelligence.
Medicine intelligence. There's medicine. Fuck, that's bad.
Well, you get really worried because we're babies, and you're not entirely sure if their constitution, how hardy it is. They seem so small and so fragile, yet babies have an extraordinary ability to heal and like deal with this kind of stuff. So you're like, I'm good at battle wounds, bruises and stuff like that, but
Not at baby wounds.
no, and not the disease kind of baby wounds.
Right. He'll still just talk to, is it Vonya who's in charge?
Yeah, Fania, for
And
sure.
sort of advise her on like basically what to do to try to nurse someone back to health in that condition.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that she's aware of what to do.
She's definitely willing to have a conversation, and she also actually shares some insights for you too. She thinks that this is going to be a passing thing, and it was made worse with the stress of traveling, changing of environment, what every other orphan was like feeling, and the fact that they weren't fed for like 24 hours. So they became a little bit cranky. So
that's all stuff that can be sorted.
He thinks that for now it's gonna be sorted. Now that she can like properly take care of them and not being stuck in a room.
He very much respects her for being able to deal with fucking all of them.
Yeah, like it you know, for somebody, especially so for Nyx, with a lot of you know, kids about with all the noise and all the chaos, like Fonya is in her element. She like disciplines, she picks up and consoles, she creates order, tells like divides the workload. It's a skill, and she has learned it, and she has it.
All right.
It's a bit intimidating, actually, you know. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, guys?
No, Nyx is anything other than just helping out with actual duties, not dealing with children, but you know, anything that needs helping, Nyx will help out. And then if there's any time, he'll probably just use that to, you know, heat a book up or heat a page up to like translate something until he finds something interesting. But he was just basically waiting for Hermatia to get everything together so we can head out.
Yeah, after the breakfast and like the immediate like required dealing with everything, Martia was off for like an hour. Jib consists of exterminating insects, gives you definitely enough time to sneak up into the library to investigate the last couple of pages. It starts. You know, in the middle of this year, like slightly before summer. So you believe that this is not the first diary that Morgantha has, but it was probably destroyed in that controlled explosion. So this is the only thing you have left to work with, the writings, since the beginning of summer. And slowly and diligently making your notes and heating these pages to get a bigger picture of what's going on in this diary. Anything to escape. You might even be studious and do hard work if it means escaping those children.
Indeed.
Indeed. This is what you learn. The first couple of pages, like a big chunk of this diary, is mostly concerned with the pie business. It is basically administrational notes about product, delivery, profit, and acquiring of resources. So it is about where she has gone, how much she has sold, what is the profit of it, how much time they have spent in the windmill, grinding of bones and perfecting the method so it doesn't lose as much resources. She also writes down she doesn't really care too much of the names of the orphans she took, but she made sure to give a little bit of a likeness of them, perhaps a name here and there, but most importantly from where she has gotten them and how many she has gotten it from the same area, because it is clear through her writings that she doesn't want to take too many orphans from one place and in a short enough of span. because she doesn't want to raise any suspicion nor destroy the ability for a community to continue raising crop for her. Nor,
Crop.
yes, indeed, nor does she want negative attention from the castle by like making too much of a ruckus. There are some comments here also about how gullible Father Lucian is, and how easy it was for her in the end to do the concerned grandmother pie selling charade and lie to him about how she delivered all of these orphans who got old enough to new homes around Barovia. But she also talks about how frustrating it was and sometimes tricky, where the actual challenge came in, was how to lure Lucian away from the church and find places where she could talk to him outside of the church without it looking suspicious. Because she discovered the first time she visited the church in Vallaki that she cannot enter with her more like refined old grandmother disguise that she had on that looked way more benign than her true form. And when she drew close to the churchyard, it was like forcibly revealed. But she still managed to do so, but it was a bit of a thorn in her side. The more recent times, there's an immediate break in the normal kind of numbers and profit and comments about Lucian, where it just completely changes tone and instead talks about how fucking furious she is about how you burned down her windmill. Right? There are
smiles at that part.
yeah, there are some very extravagant and complex ideas of how to take revenge that you're a little bit like yikes about. There is a comment about how she needs to meet Strahd very soon. Next comes up like a little note about how a meeting has been scheduled, and the next couple of writings about her reactions afterwards, and that she isn't completely happy with the conversation. She would wanted more blood, and the little gnome is she will have to take it, but she's not completely happy with just taking his soul and hurting you emotionally through it. There's also text about how surprised she was of Strahd's reaction to her actions and her pie business of indeed taking crop and turning it into pie. And she was a little bit surprised to find out how angry he actually turned out to be. And she blames the little whore for changing his mind and his ways, and how he suddenly cares so much.
Jesus.
Okay.
But next up comes plans of how to get the revenge she was given, and how to lure Kelvin away from the party and where you're going. And there's actually talk of communication with Rin, who she asked to scry upon you so she can find out your movements. And from there, she planned her revenge.
So as Nick sees the fact that there are more people involved with Kelvin's death, he stops for like reading at that point. And even though Kelvin's soul is now released, the vengeance is still possible to follow and like chase.
Okay.
But he registers these feelings in the turn of his thought process, and recognizing that the vengeance is not going to bring Kelvin back, and an older Nyx may have just like put her on his death list, so to speak, and like told the party, "Oh my God, we have to go kill this person right away." But knowing where Kelvin's soul is, and knowing that it feels like it's only a matter of time before everything comes around to bite anyone in the ass, he is almost content. And he's like very ambivalent. He's like got a conflict of emotion to it. Basically, comes out and says, as he's finished reading that passage, "We'll get there for you, old friend. Soon." That's it.
All right. Next entry is some satisfaction that the plan went off without a hitch. But then irritation that Hamartia finally grew some kind of backbone and dared to leave her side. The entries after that are kind of sparse when you look at it from like a time perspective, and there's not that many entries tight between each other. Like she's not commenting often these days, but there are some thoughts about the cravings she's having.
She's going through withdrawals.
And now that Strahd has told her that she is not allowed to continue making pies, what she should do about it. There is the news of the ball in the castle. Then the immediate kind of reaction afterwards of shit, I think they're coming after me. I don't think they are as scared as I want them to be. They're not as threatened as I want them to be. And considering how they handled the ball and how they handled the rebellion in Vallaki, they might actually prove a problem for me. So the next couple of pages are about ideas of how to protect herself from a potential retaliation from Team Trauma. Where at some point there is renewed efforts of like gathering ingredients to the manner of like more alchemy being done, but then she gets the idea of having orphans as meat shields. There is clear plans in this book of how to infiltrate Vallaki and burn down the orphanage. Which afterwards she writes is a success. And her effort to contact Lady Wachter and offer her own house as the new orphanage. And after that, and like sitting with the idea of having orphans, being an orphanage for these kids, this idea of molding these children into servants and apprentices, kind of like what she did with Hamartia, starts to form. And it becomes a new business venture for her. How she believes that this could bring in coin that she's been surely missing this last couple of days, because she wants to continue buying nice things from the Vistani and continue decorating her home and getting like hygiene products and stuff like that. That she's very angry that she hasn't been able to do as of late. In the end, it talks about that together with Triska's culinary expertise, she has been able to create a new pie recipe which creates less potent pies, but still the same kind of effect that she managed to create last time, but this time only using parts of an orphan that could technically grow back or doesn't harm them from her selling them as servants, such as hair, blood, nails, teeth, and such. And in the very last couple of pages, it is indeed what you read last time, which was the culmination of this plan, which is the letter that you wanted to send to Stupid Rahadin about officially breaking this news to the castle of what she wants to do, of creating this servant production mill of orphans in Vallaki, in Barovia. Oh god, again. And she wants to be protected as such and recognized by the castle and get help towards this end.
She wanted funding. All sorts.
Yes, indeed, she wanted. Indeed. She wanted funding and protection, and wanted to argue that this will be, a thing that Strahd wants to. Again, there's a little comment of, like, impress the little slut.
Oh my god.
Really not a fan of Illyria.
And it ended, like, in the middle of a sentence, and you believe that's when she probably was distracted with you guys coming.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so all in all, nothing too much other than there's no revelations other than Rin was involved in Kelvin's murder, but
No, only that
yeah.
she fed information about your whereabouts to Mogatha.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
Okay. So, scrolls. Do we spend time identifying next?
Sure.
Yes.
There's only like 3 of them, right?
Yes, there were only 3. So you guys have 3 scrolls, moving them out. You have a scroll of hideous laughter.
Shocker.
You have a scroll of mirror image.
Oh, interesting.
And lastly, what Hermartia saw, that it was like her healing word, but much more powerful. It's a scroll of mass cure wounds.
Holy shit.
Mass
Ooh.
cure wounds. That's an interesting turn of events.
That's a big one.
Indeed. You also haven't decided yet upon the Umbrella of Umbra. Jules, Illyria.
Yes.
As you weren't here last time,
I did look at it, and
Yeah.
it looks pretty damn good.
Yes, it does. Even though it might be held with like somebody like Bella, there's a little bit of like a sour taste of like. Ugh.
Yeah, it's I also think like the whole concept of using an umbrella is against Illyria's taste, but
It feels a little bit dainty, a little bit feminine, in a sense.
yeah.
But it's very good. You can't, it was as strong as steel, if not stronger, whenever it shielded against an attack that could have hit.
Yeah.
Do you want to attune to it?
Illyria does not have attunement slots left.
No. If so, do you want to exchange something, or do you just want to wait? Oh, sorry.
I mean, I think she could talk shift costs and then maybe exchange something. I mean, she would be willing to maybe.
Well, the other two attunements you have, well, the 3 attunements you have, the Sun Sword and the Ring of Mind Shielding, would you be open for giving them up? One of them?
Potentially the Ring of Mind Shielding, but I feel like she'd ask the group about that one.
Okay. Okay, so you're still a little bit unsure. Let's see if we can gather for a discussion. There was also a
She'd also want to. I feel like the talk with Jivkos is important for what's going to happen here as well.
You're gonna find Jivkos and talk to him in private just in a moment. Is anybody interested in perusing the library of Morgatha's study?
Well,
I
yeah,
am interested.
as will Nyx be.
Azira's
Yeah, Iris is all up in that.
Will have been busy.
Yeah. So in handouts, for those who take some time to look through this, I think with Aria's help, together with Hamartia and Nyx, this is basically what you discover. Indeed, in handouts, you have Morgatha's study resources.
Checking.
So, books of knowledge. Within Morgatha's study, there are 16 distinctive books that can, over time, significantly teach a skill or a spell to a creature. Each book weighs 1 kilo each. If a creature spends 12 hours of reading in a period of maximum 49 days, they can choose again a 1 rank of craft, alchemy, animal handling, deception, medicine, occult, or upon next level up, choose 1 spell that becomes cheaper to purchase in potential. Choose between message, thaumaturgy, vicious mockery, arms of Anahir, healing word, hex, sleep, invisibility, phantasmal force, and conjure animals.
Oh shit! Can we write it down somewhere?
Yeah, it
It's
is
on
written
the
down in the handouts.
Morgatha's study
I mean,
resources.
yeah. I was checking on you.
Wow, that's. There's no reason why we don't take everything.
Yeah.
All right, you pick up all books. That's 15 kilos of books because Jivkos.
I have a bag.
You have a bag. All right, Jivkos
They go in
has
the bag.
the animal handling book.
Yeah.
Correctly. All right. So remember that that's there, and you gotta declare that your character spends hours reading these books, and then write up in your character sheet your progress towards finalizing a book. Okay?
You should probably write into this that whether or not it's possible to achieve rank 5 or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you can gain rank 5 with these books.
Oh wow.
Oh, damn.
That's interesting.
Like there are 16 books that are of great quality and of great insight inside of this library that will help you in a significant way to gain more knowledge with a skill or a spell if you spend time with it. Okay.
So we need 12 hours to either get a new rank or get the potential discount.
No.
Once you
Oh yeah.
once you finish a book, you cannot reread it and gain another rank.
So we get only so we choose between 16 of them.
But 2 people can read the same book. You just have to.
Yeah.
I don't think 2 people can cozy up and read at the same time. I guess I will allow that, but it would take a little bit longer. So you had to wait for turning off the pages and stuff like that.
What about that? Sounds like an excellent date idea. Okay.
We're just gonna read together and no talking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
You have to
if anybody does that, I don't know why, but I imagine it to be.
It will have to be an exception, but generally you can read the same book at the same time. You know?
Then again, I don't know if Nix and Illyria would actually read.
Sit down and read about deception together. Yes. How
I mean,
romantic.
How to lie 101.
Lying for
Lying for
dummies.
beginners. Lying for intermediates. Lying for advanced. Advanced lying.
Okay, yeah. So think about it a little bit. The books are all in the bag of holding. Indeed, Jivkos, if you want to continue reading your animal handling, you can, or, talk to each other. And it can also be handled, out of stream, where you exchange books with each other. Just, make a little note somewhere, who is doing what and when. Okay. So, as the nerds are in the library, Illyria, Jivkos, where do you think you two would find each other during this, it's closing in on lunchtime at this point?
I mean, Jivkos will have been clearing out the bugs and then helping out with the children slightly. After that, if there was just anything they wanted to most likely not have in the house around children, like, I don't know, the plant stuff, he'd try and carefully deal with that. As in,
carry all the plants out of the garden room. Yeah, that would probably be good. There are some interesting effects that happens in you when you interact with the charm plant. But it wears off. Parts of you kind of go invisible when you get some shroom dust on you. The cactus gets a little bit prickly and sometimes shoots you with thorns, but your shield take care of that. Your temporary HP shield. The brain coral gives you a headache a little bit, but you deal with that. Yeah. That's kind of it, I think, for the effects there. So you carry them out and into the forest. I think what is pretty pertinent is removing stuff from Millevoy's prison room.
Yeah.
There are some items we shall not talk about.
He is most likely going to gather them all with the plants and attempt to burn them.
Pillories and, gags and stuff like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Whips. Yeah.
They're being burnt.
Okay, all right. You create a little
all of the
May
plants, everything being
bonfire.
Yeah.
If are you gonna destroy the plants as well?
Yes.
Okay, even the visible shroom mushroom.
Yes.
Okay, they're all going up in flames. Yes, sir. The nerds are distracted, so go ahead.
No, we could have made invisibility potion.
Should have told him.
Well, I mean, nerd's got a nerd.
Yeah. And other people have actually got to do it's useful.
Do you guys find yourself then outside? Lyria, do you walk past Jivkos as Jivkos is just staring at this pyre with a very satisfied look on his face? That would be funny.
What did you do?
Don't know if
You'll
you
soon
got
need it.
satisfied.
It belongs in a museum.
Sorry,
Yes.
I keep hearing myself because my bottle can be quite loud. Yes, I think that's very appropriate.
Okay, so yes, indeed, Jivkos, you burn these things on kind of like the cobblestone here, so the risk of catching fire is diminished.
Nothing of it.
Yes, indeed, and you're keeping an eye on it. In theory, you walk up to see Jivkos just looking at this pyre with a smile on his face.
Like kind of what he's burning, or
Yeah, basically the remnants of it. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Predominantly the plants, because the other stuff's quite small.
yeah,
So,
fair.
Well,
mainly
there's a whole cage.
Yeah,
in there
we don't need
as
to
well.
get into that. Yeah.
A pillory as well. There's some wooden things as well being burned.
Not needing to get into that. Yeah.
So Lyra just kind of looks at it and it's like, where did you get all of that stuff from? Did you really drag it all out here?
Yes. I thought it suitable. Those plants are a mark of the hags befuddlement, and, well, I do not need to get into the reason for everything else.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk now, or?
I would be open to it. What is it you wish to talk about?
She kind of gets up and, like, takes out the hilt of the sun sword. This.
His eyes look down to the sword for a few moments and then back, sort of up to Illyria. Still looking down, but yes.
Yes. What about it do you wish to discuss?
I just think that we should talk about us having first place. We didn't really have the time for you to have issues or raise any concerns you might have in the moment. So I figure now's the time.
It is very much a relic of my order, but I am unsure how to feel about it, as the nature that it holds now is far from, well, what it was when we intended it. It is still a powerful sword and a relic that we managed to craft, but seeing it broken, I'm reminded of our failure.
Not, it can still be a symbol of hope.
What do you say?
It can still be a symbol of hope. That
I think that is what it should serve as. A bright light, as it so usually is. Yeah.
trying to remember, did we learn anything about the history of the Sun Sword?
Jeff Cost told you a bit.
Yeah. I think you said that Sergei came in secret to Argybus hut and gifted them with the plans of how to make the Sun Sword. After the dinner was had.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I am unsure what more there is to talk about it.
Does it bother you? I'm the one wielding it.
How did you get it again?
We found it hidden away in the Abbey of Press.
Yes.
We fought the abbot there. It's a truly vile man thing.
Jipkas, make me an intelligence check. A lot of these will come your way.
There'll need to be a lot of them. He's way too old to remember fucking everything. 15.
Yeah. And like there's like hundreds of years of like memories kind of like simmering in your head, and it's all a little bit much. You weren't there when something happened, but in retrospect, something must have happened, you figured, because Vladimir was in a extremely foul mood for the next year. And he didn't have his sword anymore. His son's sword. He went back to the sword that Sir Gwillem had gifted him, that he had before, the son's sword. You know, when he sat on the throne and like clasped the sword constantly 24/7 and just brooding, you know. He didn't have the son's sword.
Sounds like him, yeah.
How did it find its way there? Do you know?
We don't. We just know that we found it, and I managed to get it to cooperate.
I do not think it would allow you to do that if you were not suitable for it. It is more than just a mere blade.
Where?
I do not see it right that it be returned to my order in its current state. It would not be used for what it was intended and built for. On the other hand, that is what I feel you are capable of.
I intend to use this sword to put an end to Strahd.
Then
That's the least I can do for everybody he's hurt. My friends now, and those he has hurt in the past as well.
I think it may be quite agreeable, then, that you continue to wield it. I trust in the sword. And I have but one question, though.
What is it?
Why do I recognize you? You are somewhat familiar.
Illyria kind of looks away and then looks back at
Jibcos, make me another intelligence check.
Yeah.
Speaking about the sword, speaking about Strahd, about Sergei.
Oh my god.
What the hell, man?
That's
Okay.
there's a few nat 20s.
Why do you have such weird nat 20s? Like,
I don't fucking know, but there has been some banging nat 20s.
yeah, I guess the dice gods and their wills.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
the dice gods know how to make it awesome.
As Illyria looks to her feet and then looks away, looking a little bit awkward about it, your head is like swimming with this question, like, why do I recognize her? And indeed, your memories start to come back. The more you talk with them, the more you interact with them, they become clearer and clearer in a mind that has been foggy for centuries. And you're brought back to the dinner with Strahd, the political games of it all of those different nobles in the vampire court, the red tiefling speaking very candidly and friendly with Strahd that was talked about in just some hours ago. And his brother, and the red-headed lady that sat beside him, and a certain fire in her eyes. She might not look as old as Lady Tatiana did, nor as hardened, nor was there any lines of age in her face, as Tatiana had. Not like just physical lines of age, or just being older, also just the tooth of time descending and having its mark, even though vampires would like to believe themselves to be ageless. And as beautiful as they were when they turned, there's still a mark of time in their eyes and their demeanor, and you think that's why you don't recognize her the first time. But it's uncanny, like twins, of how they look similar.
Jivkos's whole sort of demeanor slowly sort of changes from this confused, intrigued thing to just hints of anger almost, as he just sort of looks at you with completely unblinking, undead eyes, awaiting an answer. But it seems he has already figured one out.
After that moment, kind of turns back and figuring that maybe you know something, just looks at you and looks up at you and says, because I am the reincarnation of Lady Tatiana, and I have a feeling you'll believe me.
You are not her.
I'm not her,
You cannot be.
but I carry her soul.
How?
I wish I could answer that for you, but I can't. All I know is that day, the day of the wedding, when Strahd murdered his brother, she threw herself out of that window and into the sun before the mists could close in. I don't know why now. I don't know how. Because that is not how. This isn't how it is supposed to be for half-elves. But the more I learn about her, the more the memories make sense, the more I connect to that soul. And that's why so far Strahd has given me special treatment, in a way. Not that I desired any of it, mind you. But he desires her.
And you have no idea how any of this happened.
No. Slowly piecing it all together. It's like vague visions and memories that aren't really mine. At first, I didn't even know that he had a brother.
His brother would have been much better than him.
I believe that.
He is the sole reason that you carry that sword. That it exists.
I had a feeling. You know, I vow to enforce this will. My flesh may rend and my skin burn in its light.
Then you may be trusted. You are no Tatiana.
Think. Did you know that the Protectorate actually fights vampires?
I am still fairly unsure what the Protectorate is.
The Copperbeard Protectorate to fight against tyranny of vampires seeing themselves as better than us, seeing us as food.
Most vampires are something that needs to be killed, but I do believe there are some that did not want or deserve what they have become. But there is no way to undo that, I think.
No, I don't think so.
It is something that I have wrestled with slightly. Are they to be let lived, even if it was not their choice? Or is it something that still needs to be taken care of?
Not sure. Been thinking about that myself.
This valley has been poisoned by that being in the Southern Temple and by the Strahd.
You know, nothing will ever excuse any of Strahd's actions, but I keep wondering if whatever is in that temple made it worse.
I am unsure. What I am aware of is that he was willing to do anything to get at it. And as you can see, my order and I and Arkenvost were willing to do anything to stop it. But that was not enough.
You know,
I still doubt whether you all wishing to go there is any part a good idea. But if we do,
well,
there is
only-
one thing I need you all to promise to the Morning Lord not to do. And that is to listen to it.
I promise.
And what if you break that promise?
Then strike me down if you have to.
He doesn't say another word of that, and his intentions with it seem a little unclear, but he just gives her a nod before turning back to the fire and watching it.
She will just kind of stand there with him if he allows, just watching the fire as well, remembering that one time where Nyx and her did something similar, though significantly more gross.
What the? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I don't know where your mind's going. I'm referring to burning flesh golems. Get out of here.
Ah,
I know.
yeah, of course. I thought about.
Yeah, that was a pyre to remember.
Especially if they all looked like her.
Jeez. Who thought that Nyx could have a more fucked up relative than he is? Yeah. Okay. So. Indeed. At that point, as we approach the late hours of the morning, or an hour or two before lunch, after raiding the library, taking all of the valuables with you, as you think you do at least, making sure that there is nothing dangerous left inside of the manor to make the orphans unnecessarily hurt. Making sure that they have enough food to last them for the foreseeable future, at least. Checking in with Fania, making sure everything is okay, giving her reassurances. But you also feel, considering how Fania moves and acts, that she got this. There is a question that comes into your minds, as there is nothing urgent left to do. Do you take to the road again today? Or do you listen to that voice inside of your head saying, I just want to rest?
Hey. I think we'll convene and then decide.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Fair.
You know?
Teleportation.
Yes, I know. I had the power.
Why have the power?
Power of Grayskull.
3 men! I said, hey, what's going on?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
No.
Yes, Teen Trump, what's going on?
Well, first things, hello everyone. So we are at a point where we can probably go and are we ready to depart?
Okay, so why don't we?
I don't know. Asking you.
I am all for finding these stones.
I agree if everything's safe here.
Do you have unfinished business with the new inhabitants, lodgers of your manor? Mattia?
No, I think I'm done here for today at least.
Okay. Well, then I'm all for going. I don't have any real reason to hang around.
I've been resting for years. I know my dwarven legs are short, but they're ready to go.
Maybe if we can get some, like I say, rations, help us on our way. We are a little low, but
Would that be a problem, Mistress Hamatia?
No, it's fine, it's fine.
10 rations each or more?
Amatia,
Mm,
you're in connection with all the different things in your home now.
yes.
Can you detect if there are,
Yeah.
cookies?
I try to locate cookies.
Roll a
can't
meta
locate
check.
cookie.
Roll for breaking the fourth wall.
I roll for cookies.
I mean, depending upon how much you take, it's going to decrease the clock, of course, of what the orphans have here, in comparison to how fast they can, get harvesting and hunting down to a T. But the amount of time you have spent in Barovia, in total, well, at least Team Trauma, the original members, Nyx and Lilyria, it's been like a month now, and if there is 2 to 4 months left on the clock for these orphans of these food stores,
When we're far.
yeah, at least for now.
Yeah, well, we can take whatever, I believe. It'll be too much of a hassle.
Right. Well, let's take what we need. And
10 rations each, though, would probably be like more than that. Would probably be rude.
Yeah.
no, we'll take 10 each. So we'll have 50 rations.
Mhm.
I'll update the chart.
Thank you. Okay. That's a little errand. 10 minutes later, done. Anything else?
I mean, Illyria has some things to bring up. So, Illyria had like a. What did we do with Illyria? Didn't she have a cloak of protection that she's not using anymore?
Oh yeah, I haven't made
I just realized my sheet is. I think I might have accidentally added it to a couple of saves, and I'm very sorry about that.
You started
But-
this campaign at level 3, so you did have some money. So it could have been an item that you brought in.
I think she found it way back in the beginning.
Yeah,
When
maybe
we
a
did
cloak of
Death House.
protection. Oh.
Is when she got it. Unless I'm making shit up.
Where did you get
It seems plausible.
Yeah. No, yeah, I vaguely remember Cloak of Protection. I do.
Because she isn't using it anymore because she doesn't have the attunement slots for it, I think. Unless she never attuned to a Ring of Mind Shielding.
I don't think a
Mo-
rubber protection has attunement.
Is it not?
I don't believe it is.
I think I just checked the wiki.
Oh no,
There's
it does.
something
It
there.
does have
Okay, okay.
attunement.
Wait, which wiki did you check?
Oh!
Oh
Might
wow.
be. So there's this really useful, handy tool. It's called the Frostmark wiki.
Now
Okay,
from
so-
a word from our sponsor.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Please send me money, I will chill out. Hemo, do you have any memory of this as somebody who has been with the stream for a very long time?
I think Chemo came in only when Amati did, I think.
Yeah.
I know it has been on my sheet Since Death House.
Okay, then it's probably definitely a thing. I mean, I will look back into the archive.
And the same as a scroll of protection from conditions that at this point I'm too scared to ever bring up.
Protection against conditions. Okay, you know what? It's gonna be a question mark until next episode.
Fair. I'm so sorry.
I will look back into the archive. The archive exists for a reason.
Ah.
Yes, okay.
I don't think I would have made up a magic item unless there was some kind of misunderstanding. I'm not a cheater, I
Yes.
promise. I'm panicking now.
No, you're not. And it's probably my fault. It also doesn't help that I have 2 campaigners to keep track of.
Oh, yeah, but that's fine. But Illyria would like to raise the question of the umbrella.
Yes.
What's the question?
Well, using it would require me to stop using one of the other items that I have.
Right.
So that would either be the bracers or the ring of mind shielding. One of you could.
You are wearing the ring of mind shielding so that why? Strahd doesn't know where you are?
I don't think that's quite how it works.
No, because I think because of her headache, I believe.
If I remember correctly, you gave it to me out of worry for me.
Right, as to protect you from potentially Strahd being able to listen in, but come to think of it, he could just listen in on any number of us and learn. But I don't know how things were. Back then, you had a different relationship with Strahd, and you were talking to him through an amulet. I don't know if that has changed, or if you take off that ring, would he contact
Didn't she
you?
eat that amulet of...
No, it's in the bag. Nick's convinced her to not do that
Oh yeah, true.
because
Yeah.
it's like a key for the castle.
Yeah, true. It's a key, so we didn't.
You're like, do we need this?
We kind of need it. We'll put
I'm
it in
sorry,
the
it's
bag
been
holding.
so long.
No, it's okay.
Look, I would say, look,
inventories.
if you want to use the umbrella, try to see what happens if you take off the ring. Maybe nothing.
Don't think any of you are interested in a shield, and as much as I hate that really little thing, it probably works better than what I currently have. She seems genuinely upset at that.
Yeah.
Fine. Do it. I mean, we need all the help we can get, and if this is going to be better for you, then use it. Kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're doing something just to mock another person.
I mean, I guess if she knew that's what I'm using it now, she'd probably hate every second of that.
Then use it. Fuck her.
I would rather not, thank you very much.
You know what I mean.
Oh, you don't want to use it, or you don't want to fuck her?
I don't want to fuck your dead sister.
I feel like we need to move on.
I agree.
Thank you. Right. So, I'm happy we brought everything in the library with us. That was good. I would be reading on my free time, that's for sure. I'm ready if you all are.
Let's hit the road.
Okay. you say your goodbyes to the orphans. There's certainly a little bit of worry to see you go. There's the thrill of being left alone to their own devices for the first time, to like taking care of themselves, for sure, and not be under the boot or the heel or the control or the management of somebody else. But you're also strong and have proven to be a source of safety. So again, it's a bit of a mixed message as you go. It's a short affair, taking care of 5 toddlers. 4 toddlers and 5 babies is a bit of a full-time job, and so they demand attention pretty quick. Sonia, though, who you met, who gifted you the angelic slumber, comes up to hug each one of you. A little bit, verily so, of the of Jubkos, but she still does, and thanks you and says thank you for believing in them and finding them worth saving. Worthy of saving.
Aww.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, indeed. You did good, guys. Most of
Yay,
them are
we
alive.
did!
Most of them are alive.
All but one.
Woo! But for one, that's pretty good. That's pretty good considering the all the cards that were stacked against you. And as you leave Squall Manor behind, entering into the Autumn Grove itself, Hamardia being a little bit blissful again of all of those animals and all this nature that she feels now very connected to. You leave also behind this chapter, these memories, and all of you in your own personal ways, a part of your soul heals for various reasons and for various experiences. And even so, stepping into a new unknown, certainly taking a stance against the powers that be, fearing a little bit what the consequences will be of your brazen maneuvering, you look to the misty horizon with hope that what you have achieved here can certainly be replicated. Just a bit of elbow grease. An undead ally.
Moo.
Moo!
And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of Curse of Mother Mystery.
Yay! Wow, that was funny. That was fun.
And the arc of Squall Manor has thusly ended.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hell
guys,
How long has
good
it
job.
been?